You're watching Thai PBS World. Tonight, I'm Frank Shi. Today, Net is off, so I'll be the one who gives you news update on Thai PBS World tonight. The first story we have to talk about is 20 baht flat fare for electric trains. As yesterday, we say that the implementation date would start in October, but this date has been delayed to mid-November due to legal process. Deputy Prime Minister and Transport Minister Surya Tengloonrungkit today spoke about the 20 baht flat fare electric train tickets, saying that the planned launch on October 1st will not be possible, and it is now expected to begin in mid-November this year. The minister explained that when he took office as transport minister, he had stated that new legislation was necessary, including two bills. One is Common Ticket Management Bill, and another one is Mass Rapid Transit Authority Act. Both laws must work together, but delays in parliamentary sessions due to the House failing to reach a quorum have slowed down the process. The minister also said he had considered using other measures, for example, the central budget as a temporary measure, and he had consulted the Secretary General of the Council of State on whether such funding could be used starting October 1st. However, the Council responded that this did not meet the criteria of urgent necessity, and therefore this measure was not applicable. They also ruled out issuing a regulation with retroactive effect. So actually the transport minister has used every way to try to implement and push out this policy for the public, of course, people in Bangkok, to use this policy of 20 baht flat fare, which benefits a lot of people, but it doesn't work at this moment. Therefore, efforts are being made to pass both bills, as what I said, Common Ticket Management Bill and the MRTA Act in Parliament as soon as possible. After that, they will go to the Senate for consideration. He believes the Senate will expedite the review process, recognizing the benefits for the public and also emphasizing that this issue is not political. Of course, we will talk about political implications involved in this flat fare policy. And once approved, the bills will be submitted for royal endorsement, followed by the issuance of secondary legislation. Normally, this requires a 15-day public hearing, but he will propose to the cabinet that this step be waived since the law benefits the people. The Council of State has confirmed that such a waiver is possible. So how to streamline all those regulations and laws and rules would really benefit the public in Bangkok. And the minister also said that based on this timeline, the 20 baht flat fare should be implemented by mid-November. He also revealed that over 180,000 people have already registered for the scheme, and there is still time for registration before this policy takes effect. Currently, more than 44 million trips are taken daily on Bangkok's electric train system. For other systems like Purple Line and Red Line, even though their promotional fare measures will expire in September, passengers will still be able to travel at the discounted rates until the 20 baht flat fare policy is launched. So as what the minister said, we talked about yesterday, the registration for this 20 baht flat fare project has started, but now we haven't seen that exact date for the implementation of this policy too. Actually, the central government has put over 7 to 8 billion baht to implement this project, which is pretty important for public. But the failure of registration has occurred since yesterday, as many, of course, Bangkokian and residents in Bangkok, they want to use this 20 baht flat fare to really support their lifestyle in Bangkok. So many people encountered the system failure, and I understand that, of course, the government and relevant authorities try to really, of course, fix this system for people to register now. So I encourage everyone who is interested in this policy and going to register as soon as possible. But now we haven't seen the exact date yet. For now, some political analysts, they say that in the implications to 20 baht flat fare project is pretty huge, as Thai-led government trying to use so many projects to gain public trust again since last election. But now, no matter is entertainment complex bill, digital wallet scheme, or we call it 10,000 baht cash handout now, all suspended. And the co-payment system, or kuna kheng, when Thai people travel around in the country and government will pay half and travelers will pay another half. Right now, this policy has been suspended too due to system failure, as last time we talked about a month ago or so. So this time is about 20 baht flat fare policy. Would that be successful? We will see, because the time flies really fast. We will see that in November. And this time, we talk about 20 baht flat fare. It's a specific policy, and we have to talk about the economy as a whole and the business sentiment on the ground. NASDAQ, of course, a National Economic and Social Development Council already warned that temporary jobs rise, whereas permanent jobs decrease amid the economic slumps and slowdown in current period. Thailand's prolonged economic slowdown is reshaping the labor market. Businesses are holding back on investment, cutting staff, and increasingly turning to contract and part-time workers, raising concerns over job security. When these headwinds come to the market, it means that the company and the authority and, of course, business entity in Thailand, they do not have enough budget and enough capacity to recruit full-time and permanent staff. Right now, they have to use temporary contract to recruit a lot of people to just do based on daily basis job to have to complete their job here. But now, according to NASDAQ, permanent full-time roles are steadily being replaced with short-term position. A survey by a human resources website found more than a quarter, over 25% of organization planned staff reduction and restructuring, favoring contract hires. Between 2022 and 2024, part-time roles in medium and large companies surged sharply. The shift reflects the rise of the gig economy, with companies cutting costs by hiring on a task-by-task basis. While technology supports this trend, NASDAQ warns it could undermine job security and workers' rights. And this is, as what I said, the capacity and the revenue of companies decrease. So now we have to face challenging times as part-time position rise, but people will be feel so difficult to find permanent jobs in the market too. And there are other headwinds and downside risks here as impact of U.S. tariff taking into effect. The Thai labor market also faces risks from U.S. trade measures. Washington has imposed new tariff on Thai products, while Thailand must cut tariff on over 10,000 U.S. imports. NASDAQ warns this could hurt competitiveness, reduce working hours, and impact employment. So Thai SMEs, semi and medium enterprises in Thailand is very important for Thailand's economy. But now, facing U.S. tariff impact, it means that they wouldn't get a lot of revenues like before. So they have to cut the cost of HR and human resources on the ground right now. So Of course, SMEs and other companies, they would focus on recruiting or just using temporary jobs to get a lot of help from workers now. And foreign labor shortage, which of course link to Thailand and Cambodia border tensions here. So Thailand is struggling with a shortage of migrant workers. Nearly 400,000 Cambodian already left Thailand, and they haven't yet to renew their permits, while pressure from Phnom Penh is sending more back home. To fill the gap, the Thai cabinet has approved bringing in workers from other countries, including Sri Lanka, Nepal, the Philippines, and Indonesia. NESDEC says this impact will be temporary and manageable. Of course, Cambodian workers in Thailand is one of largest migrant workers in the market too. And due to the tensions between Thailand and Cambodia, over 400,000 workers right now waiting for the renewal of their work permit. And some of them, of course, already went back to their countries. And what about how to fill up this shortage between Cambodian going back to the country or waiting for their work permit renewal? And of course, at the same time, Thailand's government has to find other nationality of migrant workers coming to Thailand to do their work. This is the difficult part. And NESDEC also pointed out the employment in Q2 second quarter in 2025. Overall employment held steady in the second quarter. Non-agricultural jobs rose slightly, led by strong growth in transport, hotels, and restaurants, but construction and trade saw declines, while agriculture continued to contract. Unemployment eased to 0.91%, though underemployment increased, with more than 2 million people working fewer than 4 hours a day. So employment here, of course, we see that agricultural jobs, agricultural sector, no matter non-agricultural jobs here, also face difficulties and challenges as tourism in Thailand is not booming like before. Right now, of course, TAT and the Ministry of Tourism, they want to push and revitalize the tourism industry in Thailand, but now it is not the case. While the employment rate is still pretty low, but as what I just pointed out, 2 million people still working fewer than 4 hours. It means that they might not be able to make ends meet at this moment in 2025. Another part that NESDEC talk about is high household debt. Right now, it's over 90% of Thailand's GDP. Household debt remains another challenge, while total debt edged down to 16.35 trillion baht. Structural risks are mounting, particularly from informal online loans and buy now, pay later services. NESDEC warns these platforms often grant borrowers credit far beyond their income, with no links to the credit bureau. If left unchecked, they could spark a new wave of bad debt. Secretary General of NESDEC described household debt as a time bomb, calling for stricter oversight of both informal lenders and saving cooperatives. So household debt, of course, it really slow the economic growth in the economy, as in, of course, whenever household debt is over 89% or 90% of a household, it means that they do not have extra cash flow or disposable income to make more investment or even savings in daily life. It means that in Thailand, the market wouldn't get infused with a lot of cash flow in the market, especially, of course, the Bank of Thailand already cut the policy interest rate by 25 basis points to 1.5%. It would be a good news for borrowers, but from the point under the umbrella of over 19% of the household debt, it would be quite difficult, because it means that in one household, they do not have enough money to do anything else. Another part we have to talk about, of course, is aging population. I talked to one multi-international cooperation this morning to talk about aging population. The chairman emphasized the need for urgent policies intervention, no matter on maternity leave or education, to really have those highly talented workers, skilled workers, to stay in Thailand. If so, we already see that actually in recent years, death rate is higher than birth rate now, and by 2080s, we might see Thailand's population might decline to only 33 million people. And there are a lot of policies that can really curb the trajectory of aging population to halt Thailand's population heading into super aged society. But now we haven't seen any pragmatic policy getting in place at this moment. So of course, for economy, for business sentiment right now, there are so many policies that are prepared and are demanded by business circles now. But what we have to see right now is the government's valid and long-term policies to curb all these problems. But political instability will come into play, as this Friday we will see the final verdict of our suspended Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawat's case on the leaked phone call with Hun Sen, which has been filed a petition on gross ethical misconduct. So we will see that political instability will be extinguished or continue on Friday. Another part we have to talk about actually today, which is, I would say, comparatively good news for Thailand, because Thailand already signs a deal with over 19 billion baht for Gripen jet. It's a good news for Thailand's Air Force and to boost the Air Force power if there's any border tensions, no matter with Myanmar or Cambodia or other neighboring countries. It will definitely help Thailand's Air Force power here. Thailand and Sweden signed an agreement on Monday under which the Thai Air Force will procure 4 Swedish-made Saab Gripen EF fighter jets at a total cost of over 19 billion baht. The Thai Air Force has a plan to procure a fleet of 12 such aircraft to replace its aging American-made F-16 fighter jets, which have been in service for over 37 years. The agreement was signed in Sweden by Air Chief Marshal, Commander-in-Chief, and Mikael Granholm, CEO of the Swedish Material Administration, a unit of the Swedish government responsible for the procurement of weaponry for the Swedish military. Another agreement was also signed between the Thai Air Force and Saab AB, the Swedish aircraft manufacturer. Quote, "We welcome Thailand as the latest customer for Gripen EF." And Thailand is already a well-established Gripen user and is familiar with the strength that Gripen brings to the RTAF. Thailand has chosen the most modern fighter on the market with which to build its next generation of strategic independent capability, said by President and CEO of Saab AB. Thailand will take delivery of the first 2 jets in 2029, with the rest to be delivered at the rate of 2 per year over the next 5 years. Thailand's Foreign Minister Marit Sangyampom, who witnessed the signing of the deal, told the media that the procurement will not only strengthen the Thai Air Force capabilities, but also marks an important step in development of the defense industry in Thailand. So actually, for the Gripen jet performance, we have seen that no matter in the media and the public, we have seen the performance of Gripen jets made by Swedish military in the border tensions with Cambodia, as in the Gripen jet also helped the soldiers and military on the ground to combat with Cambodian militaries. And this collaboration and, of course, the procurement of the latest Gripen jet EF will really fortify Thailand's Air Force strength and power here. And this, of course, symbolizes two countries' collaboration. But we will see that the latest version of Gripen jet EF coming to Thailand in 2029 and to 2034. And of course, at the same time, Thailand's Air Force power still include the F-16 American jets and Gripen jet at this moment. And of course, we will see that coming, and how the Gripen jet EF will help Thailand and strengthen the Air Force power here. We will see that in 2029. So today we talk about 20, but